Good news for developers seeking a serious, scalable chat solution. Introducing the powerful and dynamic PubNub Chat SDK that brings along with it the capability of an open-ended API, so you don't have to be tied to an opinionated user interface. Freedom is part of our strategy, and we don't want to stuff developers into a mold for an existing box, like a full box, ready-made UI components and everything. We want to give you the power to create a fully customized chat experience. So as you can see here, our overall goal behind creating this chat SDK was providing a fine-tuned developer experience for implementing with PubNub's Edge messaging network versus just using our standard baseline SDK. We know that a universal SDK for a very specific solution like chat will provide, extra effort because you need to create design patterns that are specific to chat. But with the PubNub Chat SDK, we build all that for you into a unified SDK experience. So as you can see here, our chat SDK provides us with some high-level chat feature capabilities that are at your fingertips, and what you can do is take that advantage and apply your own customization into the chat experience. Some of the common features that you see here, we have things like message reactions with the thumbs up and the typing indicators with the three dots moving around, indicating that someone is constructing their message to you. We also have threads and mentions, so you can do the @ symbol and @ the user's name to sort of send them a notification, an indication that this message is specifically targeted towards that individual in a group messaging situation. There's also a neat feature called report, check this out, that allows administrators or moderators to flag offensive messages. This is really cool. I like this one. I didn't realize that let's check this out. Let's dive deeper into the report. So is there a moderation capability, report offensive messages built into the SDK that provides this mechanism to report offensive content and messages directly from within the application. I like that. That is a great. What other features might we have? Let's dive a little bit deeper into this. Here we go. So scrolling down here, we see the method and its ability to report. So the message received, right? So you get a message object, and then you provide a string with the reason for reporting, flagging the given message. And here we go. Sort of. Here's the workflow. We check this out. So we have the channel. We wait for data. We get a message from the channel or fetch it from history, and then we can get that message, that specific message that has the questionable content, and we can report it based on our information here that we say, hey, I see some words I don't like, and we need this to be flagged for removal. One of the primary advantages that you have with using the PubNub Chat SDK here is that you're not locked into a UI, user interface, that is forced upon you. With this Chat SDK, it's decoupled from UI components, allowing you to create any custom experience that you're looking for. You also can take advantage of lower cost API capabilities with PubNub signals that are very small messages that are being able to be delivered at 1/10 of the price. As you can see here, a really good use case of this is an example for typing indicators where there's not really a whole lot of data that goes into it. And also the messages might continuously say, hey, I'm still typing, but you don't need that to be a high value message. You just need it to be delivered to the target device quickly and at a low message size. And so that's a lower cost API that allows you to do these kinds of things. Another example would be geo update locations, where you are constantly changing your location and you really only need to know the last known position. Great use case for PubNub signals. PubNub has hundreds of API configurations and combinations, and one of the tricky parts is figuring out which ones fit together. With our chat SDK solution, we allow you to take advantage of pre-bundled APIs directly in the SDK. In this case here, you can see that most chat applications, they require multiple services at once. And so what we've done is bundled those for you together in this chat SDK to make that experience a little more seamless. Because if you're building chat, there's a baseline of capabilities that the industry expects. If you look at the App Store today, the top 10 apps all have built-in communication technology. And within those apps that are standard within the industry, we see there are common patterns that we need to worry about, but with the SDK, we don't. For example, there's an invite feature on a channel to bring a user into a channel and allow them to participate in the group chat. So for example, we can use the invite function and provide a channel with the user. And here we go. Let's take a peek at what that looks like. So we have the channel we can invite and the user ID here. And scrolling down, we see see a basic example is we're going to get the user in question. We'll have our channel that is going to be where we want to invite the user. Then we have the channel.invite user to invite that user into the channel. That's a really great workflow. Really straightforward, seamless, only 3 lines of code. Oh, and look, there's a nice little extra if you want to invite multiple users all at once. You can do that as well. Invite multiple. Scrolling down here really quick, we see the user. That's a problem. Hold on a second. User, there's a problem right here. You see the problem? All right, we'll fix that. Don't worry, we'll fix it. Let's say this was user 1 and user 2. Then we would invite those 2 users inside of an array here, array brackets. Jumping into one of the major value adds of this SDK allows you to have full flexibility on which frameworks to use. You can use React, Native, Angular, Vue, Svelte, or any of the frameworks that you are used to or that you would like to use within your project. They all work with this SDK. The key takeaway here is that you're able to use this chat SDK without having to be tied to or locked into a user interface. And this gives you the full ability to create any sort of experience that you're looking for in your chat. On-demand delivery, customer support, multiplayer gaming, team communication, built directly into the game. There's a lot of opportunity in the market today to create a chat app experience for on-demand services. So for example, a user could have their mobile app and click a button that would enable them to immediately schedule a service, and everything is automatic. Just like, for example, like a car order service. I schedule or hail a car. I could do the same thing with, say, for example, car wash or a cleaning service. Could all be on demand, or some other common household activities. They could just at the click of a button, this could be the new app. And with the built-in chat capability, allows users to communicate directly with those who are approaching, seeing the current ETAs. All that needs to be part of a chat experience and the new modern on-demand capabilities. PubNub is a high-speed edge messaging network that allows enterprises to extend their event-driven architecture beyond the firewall. This is done worldwide through our globally distributed edge messaging bus written in C, as our edge message bus, our C code base, is globally distributed across the world that allows your users to connect to the closest data center. PubNub offers a secure enterprise-grade way to connect and communicate with devices and control these devices using secure data patterns that extend beyond the firewall, in such a way that it looks the same as if you were communicating with those devices within your internal network. This is a familiar design pattern with your existing team as they communicate with services internally within the firewall. The same pattern can be applied to devices outside the firewall, such as mobile devices and IoT devices or laptops and web browsers. As you're communicating securely with your devices outside the firewall, you can also bring in third-party data as well as your own data into the ecosystem, allowing you to integrate with PubNub functions and events and actions. This allows you to ensure that you can communicate with those devices and also capture all the data that's being communicated and store that data into PubNub storage, or also bring that into your own internal systems for later processing. It's really easy to get started. We support every platform in SDK. You simply click on the ones that you need. If you need JavaScript to communicate with your Go server, you can do that. You also have Unity, and you could have a web browser with JavaScript or Java. All sorts of options available here. Every single language that you see on the screen can communicate with each other anywhere in the world, whether it's inside the firewall or outside. You can communicate with devices and servers. It's easy to get started. Just visit pubnub.com and click on the sign up to generate your free API keys. The API keys are free forever for development and allows you to get started very quickly.